What's going on, guys? It's Keith. Today we're going over 5 nice guy traits that you need to avoid. Be sure to get all 5 of these because this nice guy syndrome thing is probably the biggest reason that guys end up being really miserable with girls. Oftentimes they turn into MGTOW, incel kind of guys who just really hate women. But it's like if you can just look at yourself and realize you are doing these things that women don't like that are also really just hurting your confidence and making you less of a man, then you'll suddenly realize that it's all within your grasp and you can go get the success you want with women and just in life in general. Now, before we get into that, if you're a guy who's out there who's looking to improve his life in any way, hit the bell icon and subscribe button. I put out new videos every single day to help guys like you create your ideal lives. So let's get into the video. First one, guys, is the nice guy is not clear on his intentions, okay? Now, I'm not saying you should go up to a girl on the first time you ever see her and you're just like, hey, you trying to fuck, right? Like, that's stupid. But I'm talking like the nice guy will go up and he'll beat around the bush forever. He'll never escalate. He'll never make the conversation man to woman. Like, she knows why you're there, guys, right? Like, girls get hit on all the time. So if you walk up to her, like, even if you're like, hey, can I hold the door open for you? Like, she knows what's up, right? Like, this is so common to women. So you're not hiding anything. So you might as well be upfront. But the nice guy doesn't do this because part of him is uncomfortable with the fact that he's a sexual person. And also, he's got this kind of psychological thing where he hasn't really split from his mother in a sense. A lot of times a man-child is a nice guy, and so he hasn't come to terms with the fact that women are sexual creatures who are interested in sex. He still sees them in this almost like motherly kind of dynamic, so he's not comfortable with escalating for sex, and so he beats around the bush. He's really nice. He gets put in the friend zone. He waits forever, all this kind of stuff, and it's like this is a trait that just ruins guys because they don't understand, because then they watch the girl go around fucking with all these other guys, and it's like, well, you never put yourself out there and you never made the point clear that you were interested in the girl, so what did you expect? A good example of this is like a nice guy might buy girls drinks and then they'll be like, oh, thank you, and then they'll leave and he never gets anything from them. Why? Because he never asked, right? Like, I don't think you should go buy a girl drinks, but if you're gonna buy her drinks, you should definitely be like, hey, let me buy you a drink, and then kind of escalate the conversation and let her know you're interested and then get her number from her, because she already knows why you bought the drink from her, so now you just look like a coward for not asking her for what you wanted. Second one, guys, is that nice guys watch other men live his dreams, and he usually hates on them, right? So he doesn't have much confidence in himself, so he vicariously watches other men live their lives. He's scrolling on social media all the time. He knows all the latest stuff that all his, like, the guys he keeps up with are doing, and usually he's just waiting for these people to fall because it kind of justifies the resentment he has towards himself. This guy's usually very resentful. Nice guys are oftentimes very resentful. This is a really dangerous personality type because it's so backwards, right? They have such a big shadow, psychologically speaking. They don't have any awareness of how resentful and bitter they really are, and they're putting up this nice guy charade. They just have no psychological development, really. But anyways, this guy, he's watching the other people live their lives. He doesn't have much going on for himself, and he spends his energy hating on these guys because they do have the courage to go take action, right? Like, this is the nice guy doesn't understand a lot of times. Like, I don't understand why she likes this guy. He doesn't do all these nice things for her, right? You hear all these nice guy types never understand this, and it's like it's just this constant resentment for the guy who is good with girls, and it's because the nice guy doesn't understand how to become that guy. He doesn't have the confidence to be that guy. He doesn't have the confidence to put himself out there, so he's always watching other guys live the life he wants to live, and as a result, he really hates them for it. The nice guy also has a lot to say on Twitter, I've noticed. They got something to say about somebody who's actually doing something in real life on the internet. Do people use Twitter actually anymore? I just wondered that. But anyways, like, if they do, he's on Twitter and he's typing up crap right now. But it's like they got all this gossip, right? They're gossiping about other people. Like, gossip's a female trait. Like, why are you gossiping about another man? That's so weak. But that's what nice guys do. So if you're doing that, just recognize it and cut it out. Third one, guys, is that the nice guy waits for women, usually just a woman in general. He's got this one girl he's got his eyes on. He's been waiting months to ask her out and get up the courage. Meanwhile, she's like fucked like 3 dudes, right? Like, it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's so funny to watch it. They've got one-itis like crazy. And again, this goes along with what I was talking about in the first one. Like, they never have this courage to escalate and let the girl know what they're interested in, what they want. And so he just never pursues the girl, and so he never gets what he wants. This guy's going to get put in the friend zone every time because you've been waiting around just talking to her about her feelings. Like, that's one of the major lessons that guys learn really quick once they start going down the rabbit hole in dating channels is like, girls don't want you to sit there and listen to their problems. Like, that's not the guy who gets to be with her, right? Like, that dude is the friend zone guy, and the nice guy's always getting put in the friend zone because he does this, and it's so stupid. Fourth one, guys, is that the nice guy has no passions, no interests kinds of things, right? Oftentimes, in fact, yesterday's video I talked about the nice guy usually gives up a lot of his life once he gets a girlfriend, and like, it's the same kind of thing. He's got nothing going on. It's like strictly the girl, right? If he has a girlfriend. Very vanilla. Him and his friends usually don't do anything. Very bland, no passions, nothing he's really driven about, and it's just super boring. This, again, is why he hates on guys who actually are out doing something, because he's not doing something with his own life. Again, he never takes chances. The nice guy doesn't take chances because he lacks self-confidence, or he feels like he just feels inferior, and so he hates people who do have that confidence to take chances. And the reason this is a trait you want to avoid, guys, I mean it's obvious, right? You want to have some character to you, but like, when it comes to women in general, like, why would a woman be attracted to a man who has nothing going on? Like, that's so boring, right? Like, I don't even make friends with guys who don't have anything going on. So like, if I was a girl, I definitely would want the guy I'm planning to spend my life with, or date, or just have sex with, I'd want him to be somebody I thought was interesting, right? Like, that's obvious. But the nice guy has never taken the time to develop his interests or his passions, because that requires getting out of the comfort zone, and that's something a nice guy is simply not going to do. But once you get out of that comfort zone and you expand who you are, you just figure out there's more to you. And also, this is like one of the ways to kind of break the nice guy thing, is to get out of the comfort zone and start making things happen, and you'll become less of a nice guy. So paradoxically, if the nice guy would just start building his character, becoming somebody in the world, then he'd probably dip out on the nice guy thing altogether to begin with, but he just won't do it. Fifth one, guys, and this one's probably the biggest, is manipulation. Nice guys are so manipulative, and again, this comes down to that shadow thing. It's so backwards, right? Like, they act like, I'm just this nice guy, I'm trying to do things, but there's always like something attached to the gift, right? So like, when it comes to like buying drinks, again, a nice guy thinks if I buy the girl a drink, she's obligated to do X, Y, Z for me, and they need to understand why she doesn't. If I do a load of dishes, then that means my wife's gonna fuck me, right? Like, it's like the same kind of process. And it's like, again, you don't have to not do nice things and be kind and be a good person. That's totally fine. But the thing you should ask yourself when you're doing these things is like, ask yourself, am I doing this simply to be unconditionally giving, right? Like, am I buying you dinner because I'm feeling nice and because I'm just like that kind of guy? Am I buying you even this drink? Am I buying you this drink just because I feel like buying you a drink? Or am I doing this because I expect something in return from you? And if you're expecting something in return from somebody, you're not giving them a gift. You're not doing them anything nice or a favor of any kind. You are just trying to obligate them and manipulate them, and that's very dirty, and you shouldn't do that. And people don't like you when you do that. I don't care if it's a girl, a friend, whoever. Like, people know when they're when someone's trying to put them in a spot where they're obligated to do something, right? Like, sometimes you might have this happen, like with a friend. Maybe they gives you like a Christmas present, and I've had friends give me a Christmas present where it seemed like they just spontaneously saw something they thought I would like, and they're like, hey, I got you this for Christmas. I'm like, thanks. But then I've had friends sometimes give me, who are more nice guy types, give me something for Christmas, and there's like this feeling like I have to go get you something now. Like, they're looking at it and expecting now I have to go get you something. So it's like, that's not actually nice. That's you trying to force kindness out of me. Like, it's whack. Like, don't be doing this. The manipulative stuff, seriously, again, just every time you're doing something and you're like, am I doing this just to try and get something out of this person? And if you are, don't do it. Guys, that's all I got for this video. If you got something out of it, leave me a like so I can reach more guys through the algorithm. Hit the bell icon and subscribe button so you don't miss my new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.